Here's Christian Lamitschka for Country Music News International, and today on the show we have
Paul Bogart.
Paul. It's your first time here on Country Music News International, so can you please introduce yourself a little bit more to our listeners and readers?
Sure. So again, it's Paul Bogart. I'm originally from Northeast Oklahoma, and I've been out here in Nashville, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, a little past that probably. And my band and I, we run up and down the road touring in the United States. We play 70 or 80 shows a year in the United States. We've played multiple times in Europe, played in Italy and in France, and I think this summer we'll be back in Norway. So as far as crossing the Atlantic, we'll be back over there later in the year. But music is that's why I'm in Nashville. I also do the rodeo thing. I team rope and rope calves. I don't know if you're overly familiar with rodeo.
Oh, we do.
But I do the roping events.
Okay.
So it's been a big part of my life since I was a little bitty guy, since I was 9 or 10 years old.
But we don't see you on a bull riding.
No, that's for crazy people, Christian. Don't ever do that, okay? Don't ride the bulls, okay?
I try my best.
Okay.
Paul, by the way, you have an album out now. Tell us a little bit more about it.
So I put out a record called Leather. We put the record out maybe a year and a half ago. Are you familiar with Trent Willman?
Yes.
Okay, so Trent, he's an artist. If you're not familiar with Trent, he's an artist. He is a country music artist from back in the early 2000s. Great songwriter, and is also a producer. And he's a fantastic producer. He produced Cody Johnson's latest record as well as previous albums. And Trent, being that he is a cowboy guy, he's a team roper and horseman himself. And he gets me. He's a good friend of mine, and I asked him 2 years ago. I said, "Man, would you be willing to produce this record I want to do?" And he's like, "Heck yeah, I would gladly produce your record." So it was a thrill to work with Trent. It was my first time working with him in the studio, and he did a fabulous job. But the record again is called Leather, and it's on Apple Music and Spotify and Pandora. But I'm thrilled with how it turned out, and it's most definitely it's me, it's who I am and what I'm about. It's the music that I love. It's very country, and it's I'm going to say it's a throwback sort of to the traditional country side of things. There's even a Western swing song on there, tipping our hat to the Bob Wills style of Western swing music. That song is called All That Cowboy Jazz. And it's just a throwback to Bob Wills. And so it's a record that represents me as an artist.
Okay.
Very, very well, I think.
Cool. By the way, what are you doing in your limited spare time?
Well, so I rodeo. I team rope and rope calves, and so last weekend my band and I were on the road in Northwest Arkansas and then Oklahoma. Played. It was I guess a 5-day run of shows, and then got home to Nashville, dropped the band off, and I got in the truck with the horses, and we went to Jackson, Mississippi to rope on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Hurried back to Nashville, played a show last night here in town, and then here we are at CRS. So as far as spare time when I'm not playing music, it's the rodeo thing. I'm a family man. My wife and I have 2 boys under 3 years old, so our house is wild and crazy all the time. It's never a dull moment at our house, because with a 2-year-old, well, I tell you what, they'll be Jet, our oldest son, will be 3 next month, and our youngest will be 1 next month. So again, it's just life is fun. Life is crazy right now with just everything's busy, and with the family life, there's a lot going on.
Do you like to see your boys in the music business, or as an artist, maybe in the future, or do you say learn something where you have you can have a job with not so many experience?
You know, I get that question an awful lot with not only the music but also rodeo. And people will ask, "Well, you teach your boys to rope and be cowboys, you know?" And my answer so far, and granted, I'm just into this 3 years, you know, I'm a new dad still. So I think to answer that question is, I want them to do whatever they want to do. Like if they get it in their mind they want to be a doctor, a surgeon, or pick a career, I want to support them the best I know how. Personally, I know music and I know the rodeo lifestyle, and if they want to do that, I'll do my best to teach them and steer them in the direction I know to go. And if they don't want to do that, I don't want to push it on them, because I feel like maybe there are easier ways to make a living.
Yep.
But I wouldn't trade what I do. I love it. I love country music, and Lord willing, I'll continue to play music the duration, you know. But yeah, if they want to do music or if they want to do the rodeo thing, I will do my best to help steer them and give them a head start if I can.
Okay. So what's the best way for fans now to find more information about you?
So my website is the easiest way probably. It's just paulbogart.com. And social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it's just Paul Bogart Music. And you can kind of keep up with where we're going to be, and if your followers and listeners are in the United States, we're super busy over here this year. We just signed with a new agency in town, Bob Kincaid. It's the Kincaid Entertainment Agency. They're a booking agent here, and so hopefully they're going to be keeping us pretty busy. And then again, hopefully the plan is we'll be in Norway later this summer. So if any of your fans travel up that way from you guys, we'll be a little closer to you guys anyway. So
cool. Yeah. So folks, you know what to do now when you want to find more information about Paul. Also, you can stay here on Country Music News International. We keep you posted when his kids going into music biz or starting roping. Have a good one.